In this episode of Motive Garage presented by Sparesbox, we're upgrading the clutch on our Nissan Z Proto. So the question many will ask is, why do we want to upgrade the clutch on a car that is near new and only has 2,000 kilometers on it? Well, the easy answer is, quite simply, we have more power in the car. Now, the factory clutch in the Z hasn't done too bad a job. Considering we have over an extra 100 horsepower, we've gone drag racing with drag radius on, gone to the track. It has done pretty well, but it has just started to slip occasionally at the drag strip. And in our opinion, that's enough for us to want to upgrade. Plus, we know we're going to go for more power and we want to go back to the drag strip again. So when it comes to choosing a clutch, obviously there is so many options on the market. In fact, hundreds and hundreds of brands and options and different combinations to put on. So how do you choose the right one? Well, for us, because it's such a near new car, one of the most important things is we wanted a clutch that was still going to be perfectly streetable as a daily driver, but able to handle some weekend track use. And the final problem for the Z is that it uses one of these, a dual mass flywheel, and you can see the teeth built into it here, which is part of the crank trigger system. So if you watched our previous Motive Tech video about the UniClutch, you'll understand all about it. For those who didn't watch it, make sure you check it out. But in quick summary, the UniClutch is basically one twin plate clutch that is able to be adapted to fit a whole bunch of different makes and models of engine by simply using this adapter ring. Now, we provided the clutch out of our Z, as I don't think anyone else has pulled a box out of one of these in Australia, for them to develop this fitting kit. Now, this is the prototype fitting kit to go into the VR30. Obviously, the final one will look like what they do in all of the other kits, black with multiple hole options on there, but they've developed basically this adapter so we can put this twin plate clutch into our car. Now, if you haven't seen the full video, we'll go through the basics. Obviously, it's a twin plate clutch, so it can handle double the torque with the same clamping pressure, or you can adjust the clamping pressure to suit. The whole idea is it can handle more power and have factory pedal feel, so the car can stay daily drivable. They have springs in the dowels here to stop vibration, that rattling sound that you get on a twin plate when you put your foot on the clutch, and they have a 4-stage dampening system inside, which makes for much smoother engagement compared to just the normal 4 springs that you see inside a sprung clutch. It's a really cool design. If you haven't seen the full video, go and check it out. But essentially, we worked with UniClutch to develop the kit for the Z. We're going to put it in, see what it drives like, and then test it out on the track in future episodes as well. So let's do it. Let's get this thing in. So with the gearbox back in, we now need to put gearbox oil in. We're going to switch to Royal Purple's 75W90. All the research I did shows that with this 6-speed box, you have to use a GL4 or a GL4/GL5 oil. You can't use GL5 because apparently it does damage to the brass inside the gearbox. So Royal Purple's is a GL4/GL5, slightly thicker than what you get from Nissan. Nissan uses 7585, we've gone 7590, but just remember the second number only matters when it's hot. And what do we do with our car? We race it. This is Motive video, right? So this number being a little bit higher is actually good for us, so it helps be a little more stable at higher temperatures when we're racing the thing. So let's get it in. Hey Rob, how's it feel?
Stock clutch.
Stock clutch?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. For
Doesn't feel any
plate.
different.
Does not feel like a twin
Put
plate.
your foot in, no noise. Listen. Wouldn't know that's a twin plate, would you?
Even just the way it clean. No, you would not have an idea.
Can't feel the difference to stock, eh? First signs are pretty good. Feels like factory. No rattle on the twin plate, but obviously until I drive it, we won't know, so let's go. So the UniClutch Sport is now installed in our Nissan Z Proto. I took it for a drive last night just to help bed the clutch in a little bit, and now it's time to see if the claims from UniClutch are true. So firstly, does it have factory pedal effort? It does. Me or Rob just simply couldn't tell the difference between this and a factory pedal. The second thing is there any noise from the twin plate rattling when you're putting your foot on the clutch? None whatsoever. Obviously this car still has its factory dual mass flywheel, but means there's no extra noise in the gearbox. So basically, as of right now, I cannot tell the difference between this car and factory. And obviously the last thing to check is what is the engagement like, the pickup like, how does it grab, and what's it like to drive? So let's find out. Honestly, take it off, didn't feel any different to factory at all. It only takes 100 meters of driving to realize that the claims are true. This clutch does not feel any different to a factory clutch. If you gave this car to anyone with a UniClutch in it and said take it for a drive, they would not know an aftermarket clutch is in there. Let's see what it's like with some spirited driving, shall we? Holds it pretty well, doesn't it? It only takes 2 minutes of driving to realise that the claims from UniClutch are true. This thing drives as good as a factory clutch. You cannot tell the difference driving it. And that's really all that you need to do with an aftermarket twin plate clutch, is be as good as factory, and this has done it. I can't tell the difference in pedal feel. I've got no noise from the twin plate, there's no rattle. It drives mint. The engagement's as smooth as it gets for a clutch. I cannot fault the way that this clutch drives at all. And obviously the last test is just, can it handle the extra torque? And obviously we need to take it to a racetrack to find that out, which we will be doing very soon. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and we'll get our Z back on track on the circuit and drag strip very soon.